Today's tutorial is going to be on this sunflower granny square. You can just watch to see how you make this and then stop the video, or you can continue and make this beautiful sunflower granny square pillow. Let's go crochet it. We are going to need today, I'm using a 5mm hook, a darning needle, and a pair of scissors. The center of the sunflower, I am using Red Heart Super Saver yarn in the color coffee. And then for round 2, we are just using this color gold. For round 3, we are using Super Saver yarn in the color bright yellow. For round 4, we are using Super Saver yarn in the color medium thyme. And then for the outside row, we are using Super Saver yarn in the color soft white. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to put these aside. And we are going to start with a magic ring. So for those of you who don't remember how to create a magic ring, you're going to lay this is how I do it anyway. Just lay the yarn across your fingers, wrap around the first 2, cross it over, put your hook underneath the first loop, grab and twist. Then grab this back yarn and bring it through. And there is your magic ring. And then just pull it a little closed. And then we are going to chain 2 as your first single crochet. And then we're going, double crochet, I'm sorry. And then we are going to crochet 15 double crochets. To refresh your memory, a double crochet is yarn over, insert your hook into the magic ring and pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. Again is yarn over, insert your hook into the magic ring and pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops on the hook. So we have just, there's 3 because this counts as 1. We're going to continue until we have 16 in total. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. And then we are going to insert our hook into the top of the chain 3 and do a slip stitch. Pull the ring tight. Let's see if I can get it a little bit tighter than that, because you can see that hole. Okay, I think that's about as tight as I'm going to be able to get it. We are going to cut that yarn and pull it through. Now let's go ahead and cut the yarn that we started at the beginning of the magic ring. Okay. Now for the next color, we are using the gold. We are going to insert our hook into any one of these double crochet stitches. Just fold over the yarn and draw it through. There we go. And then we're going to chain 3. Now we're going to make a puff stitch, and this is how you make a puff stitch. You yarn over, put into that same stitch that you just made your chain 3, and pull up a loop nice and tall. Yarn over, in that same stitch, pull up a loop nice and tall. One more time. So it's a total of 3 times of yarning over and pulling up a loop. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to yarn over and pull through all 7 loops that are on the hook. Chain 1. Now we are going to repeat and make puff stitches in every double crochet around. So yarn over, go into the next stitch and pull up a loop nice and tall. Yarn over, nice and tall, and one last time. Pull through all 7 loops on the hook and chain 1. And go ahead and repeat that all the way around till you get to the last double crochet stitch. I also wanted to let you know, instead of having to weave this in at the end, just hold this right in the back of the round so that when you insert your hook, that yarn is underneath the working yarn, and you are just going to end up working that right in. So it's going to be already weaved in by the time that you're done. And I'm at the end of my row. 2 more to go. And the last one. Oh, I got all tangled up here. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to do like we did for the first row. We are going to insert a hook into the top of the chain 3 and make a slip stitch. Cut our yarn and pull through. That's round 2 complete. Now for round 3, we are using the bright yellow. Same as before, we are just going to randomly put it anywhere, only this time instead of going into a stitch, we're going in between the puff stitches. And we are going to draw through our yarn. And we're going to chain 3. Now we are going to make a cluster. And what that consists of is you yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2 like you would for a double crochet, but we're not going to complete it. We are going to do that 2 more times because the first chain 3 counts as 1 double crochet. Insert the hook in between in that same space, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, and one more. Yarn over, insert your hook in the same space and draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2. You're going to yarn over and draw through all 4 loops. Chain 2, and we are going to do the same thing with this piece of yarn. We're going to hold it back. We're going to yarn over and go through the next space in between these 2 puff stitches, and we're going to draw up a loop, yarn over and draw through 2. Repeat that 3 more times. Yarn over, insert the same space, draw up a loop, yarn over, and draw through 2. Repeat, and one more time. Four incomplete double crochets, 5 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 5 loops, chain 2. Had to pull out some yarn. Now we're going into the next space between puff stitches, and we're going to be doing that all the way around, creating a cluster in between the puffs. And repeat that all the way around, and I will see you at the end. And I'm at the last 2 clusters. Chain 2. Chain 2, and the same, connect to the top of the chain 3 with a slip stitch, chain 1, cut your yarn and pull through. That is round 3 complete. Now for round 4. We are using the green. As before, we are going to go in between the clusters. Fold over your yarn, bring it through. Chain 4 this time, because we are making a treble crochet. To refresh your memory, it is yarn over twice, insert your hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2 loops, yarn over, draw through 2 loops, yarn over, and draw through the last 2 loops on your hook. One more of these, yarn over twice, insert your hook into the same space, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2 loops, yarn over, draw through 2 loops, yarn over, draw through the last 2 loops. What we're going to be doing now is turning this round into a square. So now into the next, we're not chaining at all. We're just going to yarn over, insert into the next space, yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2. That's a double crochet. Make 2 more of those. That's 3 double crochet. Now in the next space, we are going to yarn over, insert your hook and draw up a loop, yarn over and draw through all 3 loops on the hook. That's a half double crochet. Make 2 more half double crochets in this same space. Now in the next space, we are going to make 3 double crochets. Yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, now in the next space, we are going to crochet treble crochets again. So yarn over twice, insert your hook into the next space, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through the last 2 loops on the hook. 2 more treble crochets in the same space. And we are going to chain 3. And then we are going to make 3 more treble crochets in this same space. And this is going to create our corner. And that created our corner. Now the reason why we ended up having to do treble crochets for the corner is because it's such a big round that double crochets would still have too much of a bend. We needed it to be a complete square, so we needed a taller stitch. So in the next space, we're going to do the same as we did for this row, and we are going to crochet 3 double crochets in the next space. 1, 2, and 3. In the next space, we're going to make 3 half double crochets. And in the next space, 3 double crochets. And then the next space, 3 treble crochets. chain 3, 3 more treble crochets in the same space, and there is another side and another corner. Now you're going to repeat the same thing until we meet over in this last space. All right, so I just finished my last 3 double crochets in the last space. Now what I'm going to do is yarn over twice and go into the space that we had made the first 3 trebles, and we're going to make 3 more trebles in that space. 1, 2, 3, and chain 3, and we're going to join into the top of the chain 4 space, slip stitch, chain 1, cut the yarn, and pull through. We have now turned our circle into a square. Now we are going to make 1 more row using the white. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and snip any little pieces of the yarn Okay, and then I'm going to weave in this one real quick. Just weave it through. And then back through the other way. Just overlap the first one and go through again. And give that a snip. All right, so we are going to join the white in this corner. And we are going to chain 3. Now for this row in this corner, we're doing double crochets, not treble crochet. Okay, so we chain 3, and we're going to create 2 double crochets. Let's pull that over. We'll complete that corner after we come all the way around. Tuck your yarn and hold it. So double crochet in the next space. 1, 2, 3, double crochet into the next space. 1, 2, 3, the same thing in the next space, 3 double crochet, again in the next space, and then 3 double crochets in the corner, chain 2 and double crochet 3 times again in the same corner. I'm sorry, I thought I had shut the ringer off. Now once you've completed this row and the corner, you're just going to repeat the same thing around, and I will meet you at this last space. Okay, I'm at the last space for the last 3 double crochets. And then I'm going to make 3 double crochets in the corner. Chain 2. Join at the top of the chain 3 space with a slip stitch. Chain 1. Cut your yarn and pull through. And there is your sunflower granny square. We're going to go ahead and we're going to just weave in our ends real quick. Thread the darning needle. Just weave it through underneath and pull through. And then skip the first one because you don't want to just pull it right back out where you just put it in. Weave it back through. Do the same thing with this one. Hi Daisy. What you doing, Daisy? Daisy, come in to visit. This one we are going to weave down through. Whoops. Weave down through this double crochet so that we can get down to the bottom. And then we're going to do the same as we did for the last piece of yarn. Skip over one and go back under. And give that a snip. Okay, so for those of you that just wanted to watch how to make a sunflower granny square, that concludes this tutorial. But for those of you that want to continue on to finish the tutorial of making the mini pillow, then continue watching. So for the back, we are going to use the gold, create a slip knot, and chain 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Now kind of make those chains loose so that you don't have a really tight base. Okay, so sometimes you can even go up a half a size of your crochet hook just for the chain. So the first 2 chains counted as your first double crochet. So you're going to skip 2 and go to the 3rd chain from the hook and create a double crochet all the way across in each chain. Now you should have a row of 20 double crochets. Now we are going to chain 2 and turn your work. In the very first stitch, create a double crochet and double crochet across the row. Now you're going to repeat this for 9 more rows for a total of 11 rows of double crochet. When you're done that, I'll tell you how to make your border. Okay, so we have completed the 11 rounds, and I'm going to put in my last double crochet. We are going to chain 1 and turn. Now in the very first stitch we are going to create a single crochet, and we are going to single crochet in each stitch across. Okay, and then in the last one, oh hello. In the last one you are going to single crochet, chain 1, and then single crochet again in that same space to create a little corner. I'm going to turn it. Now on the edge it can be tricky. So what we know is that we need 20 single crochets around the square. So that is 1. And then I don't like to create big gaps, so I kind of go in between that side stitch and create a single crochet, and then just in that little hole in between the rows, and then again in between the stitch and in the little hole. Continue that all the way down to the other end. What I like to do when I get about halfway is count them and see how I'm coming along. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and count them. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm going to need 5 more, so it will end up being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But that's going to give us an extra one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in this one here, 1, and then I'm going to 2 and 3, and then I'm going to skip this one and go 4, and then in the corners 5, chain 1 and another one in the corner, for a total of 20 single crochets, and then turn it to do the bottom ridge where you created your initial chain, and we are going to single crochet in each chain space across. So we are going to go ahead and single crochet, chain 1, single crochet, and we are going to do the same thing as we did in the last one. Okay, so then you have 20 single crochets all the way around. And then you are going to chain 1 and slip stitch into the first one and chain 1 and pull through. Okay, there's the back of your pillowcase. Go ahead and snip that yarn. We can weave this through. Okay, so when it comes to joining these two together, you can use any one of these colors as your final border. I like to use the same color as the back. So that's what I'm going to do today. You want to make sure that your granny square is right side up. This is the back side. You can definitely see the difference in the bumps of the back side of your work. Much cleaner and smoother on the front side. This piece, it doesn't matter because you kept turning your work as you went. So front side, back side, it doesn't matter. You put the two together, insert your hook into the corner, and then where you made your 2 single crochets for a corner, just slip your hook right in there. Draw through your yarn. We're going to chain 1. And then chain 2, insert your hook into the same space. It can be tight for the corners. And pull through and single crochet. Now you're going to go into each single crochet, each stitch, and hook them together and single crochet. Try to make sure that they are going to line up because there's 20 and there's 20. So if you want, you can start at this end. Here's your 2, here's your corner. So it would be 1 in the corner matches that 1 single crochet. So you would line that up, and then your next one would line up with this one here, and so forth. Go across, matching them up, make sure that they line up. That one, that one. And see, it didn't line up, so I gotta take that one out. That one with that one, and that one with that one. Okay. Alright, so now that we're lined up, you insert your hook into the double crochet stitch all the way across to the back of the single crochet, all the way across, and just create single crochets. I hope I didn't make that sound too confusing. And then when you get to the corner, you go in this space and then go into that first single crochet of that corner, chain 1 into the same space, and then into that second single crochet of the corner, which is also the first single crochet of the next row. Do the same thing and line up your corner. And then there's that chain space. So we're going to go into that chain space and then into this single crochet. And we are going to do the same thing all the way across, single crocheting in each stitch of the top side and the back side of the pillowcase. And then you are going to repeat it down this row, but don't do your last row. We're going to leave that open so we can insert our pillow. So continue this row and then down this row, and I meet you at this corner. Okay, so I completed all 3 sides, and I just crocheted a single crochet in the corner, and I'm chaining 1. Now I'm going to pull up my yarn a little bit, and I created this little pillow. I sewed a small 6 by 6 inch pillowcase, and I stuffed it with polyfill fiber. And now we are going to insert it into this pillow, into this pillowcase. And then we are going to finish our border by continuing the same thing. So we're going to do another single crochet in the corner and then in that next stitch. This is where it can become a little tricky because now you're dealing with something a little bit more bulky. So just go ahead and just take your time and single crochet in each stitch from the front side, the back side of the pillowcase, again like we did the other 3 edges. And this very last one can be a little tricky too. So you're going to go into that corner, and then you're going to find that last single crochet under there. Chain 1, go into this first single crochet that was made, slip stitch, chain 1, cut the yarn, pull through, and then for this corner I just like to give it a little square knot. So we are going to put left over right and go under, and then right over left and go under. That knot will never come undone. We're going to go ahead and we're going to weave in our ends. Just randomly just weave it through No one's going to see it because it's under the pillowcase. And then weave it back in the opposite direction. Going to do the same thing with this one. Weave it through. And wouldn't you know it, my battery died just as I was finishing weaving in the last end. So just once you finish weaving it in, cut your little ends and your pillow is complete. If you have liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please leave a comment below. Let me know how your pillow came out. Please subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you can be notified of upcoming tutorials and other videos. And you have a wonderful day. Bye.